Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? How you getting it in? Body getting it funny? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It is the day of another day that we call Monday. And it would have been said, what's going on, people? Hopefully everybody's still holding on to their dreams and trying to fulfill their goals in life, you know, whatever it is that you want to do as far as making your dreams a reality. Now, the thing about this that I want to share with you is about a teenager who is suing North Carolina over the hb2 bill. Now, the thing about it is that, you know, we've talked about the hb2 as far as, you know, the bathroom and the transgenders inside the bathroom and stuff. And the thing about it is that we have a transgender woman by the name of Hunter Schaeffer. And her parents is behind her, Katie and Mac. Okay. Now the thing about it is that she has the support of a family because, you know, she wants to live her life authentically as far as being true to herself and being true to who she is as far as, you know, in the world we live in. Now, I'm going to show you something. We're going to get to her story, but I want to talk about someone before we get to her story. Because I feel as though a lot of times when it comes down to the transgender teenagers and stuff, a lot of times information is being overlooked and it's not really being addressed as far as the issue. Now, as of now, on Monday, I'm going to introduce you to, once again, to someone I've talked about before, but I'm going to do a one-person thing as far as teenagers committing suicide. There was a teenager man by the name of Blake Brockington, 18 years old, from Charlotte. Okay? Now, he was the trans man and stuff. He was the advocate. He was fighting within his rights and stuff. You know, trying to get people to understand, you know, that I'm just being myself. It's just that simple. But we live in a world of very much controversy where we are treated unfairly, and it's not even a race issue, and it's the one thing I think we could all come together as one when it comes down to the LGBT. Now, here is Blake's story in his, this is Blake telling his story.
I felt like I've lived my entire life as a lie. I grew up in Charleston, South Carolina, in a Southern Baptist home. I've always been kind of different, and it was always a bad thing in my family, but they never really said anything. Then when the homecoming stuff happened, they were like, you're still not a guy to us, like guys and girls, you know, and it's been really hard. High school's been really hard. To me personally, it made me feel like for once I could just be a normal teenage boy. Just a normal teenage boy, just doing normal teenage guy things. Like being homecoming king, that's a normal teenage boy thing. We all want to do it, kind of, sometimes.
When you're trans, it just means that your sex that you're assigned at birth doesn't match the gender that you identify with. And so I was born female, and I identify as male. Some of the struggles that I've had is I've had a hard time coming out to my family. I've had a hard time coming out to my friends and school, but I did it, and I've lost a lot of friends. I don't talk to a lot of my family anymore, but I am a trans activist, and so I go to Philadelphia and I speak at the Philly Trans Health Conference. I actually had my first workshop this year, first 2 workshops. I would love for a lot of the trans youth to understand that they're not alone and that this is a large community. So it's not a matter of being alone, it's a matter of reaching out to who you need to reach out to that will support you and things like that. But definitely there's Time Out Youth here, there's Prism here, there's spectrum at UNC Charlotte. There's also transport at UNC Charlotte. I'm pretty sure that every college has like an LGBT association. So I graduated from East Mecklenburg High School in 2014, and I go to UNC Charlotte. I'm majoring in music education, and I hope to be a band director and a composer.
Okay, you said, rest in peace, Blake. You know, like I tell you before, these stories kind of really get to me, so kind of working me a little bit here. You know, because I don't understand why we're still talking about an issue referring to the hb2 as far as the bathroom, but they're being sued. So the governor is being sued. Now, here is Hunter Schaeffer's story.
That was happening this Monday, but
17-year-old Winston-Salem School of the Arts high school junior student Hunter Schaeffer is a visual artist.
I'm kind of more interested in the sculptural side of this, and like fashion is, I think, like something that I want to go into, and like art and relativity to the body.
As a transgender person, Schaeffer's body has come with struggles.
I was diagnosed with gender dysphoria, and which is like I had like severe anxiety towards how I looked and how my body was progressing.
It's also become the center of controversy with hb2.
It took a day or so to kind of soak in everything that it was, you know, forcing upon me.
And now everyday choices of where to use the bathroom is a hot topic issue with Republican presidential candidates.
There have been very few complaints the way it is. People go, they use the bathroom that they feel is appropriate. There has been so little trouble, and the problem with what happened in North Carolina is the strife and the economic punishment that they're taking.
Candidate Ted Cruz tweeted this in response, calling it a bad idea and that Trump is bowing to political correctness.
This is about a community of huge, massive people who are going to be forced into uncomfortable situations. I feel like it's, you know, my duty if I have the opportunity.
Schaeffer is the newest plaintiff in the federal lawsuit against hb2.
I was actually put in contact with the ACLU through another plaintiff in the case, and who I know from a friend who goes here.
Schaeffer has been living on campus for the last year in the all-girls dormitory. The School of the Arts even has given her her own restroom to accommodate her privacy and the law.
Under the law, you know, my school may be forced to put me in a position that they don't want to put me in and that I don't want to be put in, and that's wrong. It's a good, you know, statement piece for sure.
The back of Schaeffer's jacket reads, "Transgender is beautiful." She says it sparked healthy conversation on campus. She now wants understanding to reach our lawmakers and repeal hb2.
Predator, or as a man, and being in a women's restroom, that hurt me, and that made me feel invalidated as a transgender woman, and as though I didn't even exist. Dear future president.
I'm a creative and curator at Art Ho Collective.
I am an activist.
My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a transgender youth activist. We need to talk about the next 4 years.
The definition of a woman is changing, and it is broadening. And I hope you can look into that and appreciate the womanhood of everyone who chooses to identify as such.
It's kind of become this weird, like, corporate or judicial battle, when it really is about the people, and it's about those communities and supporting those communities and giving them positive messages and showing them through legislation also that they are people too and they have the right to a complex identity. We're not thinking about like the actual families who have to deal with these things or the actual kids who have to deal with these things.
I've been transitioning for years as a young transgender woman. I joined a lawsuit against North Carolina in order to oppose hb2 and represent the transgender youth of North Carolina who are being affected by the law. We didn't have a voice in the decision making of bringing hb2 into power, and that was really messed up.
I want the idea of people like having a right to a complex identity, I don't want that to be groundbreaking anymore. Like gay marriage finally legalized, you know what I mean? I think it's one of those things where it's like we need to move past these huge landmark moments and just make this every day. Like, why don't we just make this a reality?
So what we need you to do is to raise our voices to people who may not understand us as a community. Maybe even using or stating your pronouns the next time you introduce yourself to someone, saying, "Hi, I'm the president. My pronouns are this and this."
Thanks for listening. And just remember, the youth will be watching.
Okay, you see that? You know, Hunter, you keep on fighting this stuff. You know, my sister, you know, you're out there in the forefront and you have the support of your parents, which is a great importance when it comes down to being true to you as far as being a transgender person. Now, the thing about it is that there are transgenders out there who have parents that have supported them. And the thing about it is that even though the transgender parents supported them, these trans kids, some of us even teenagers, committed suicide anyway. And the thing about it, you have to understand, if you could go back, think about it when you were just a teenager and stuff, how the pressure was, how it was so much on you, how much you couldn't deal with. And I'm going to tell you something. People feel as though they're really helping you, but you have to understand, people suffer in silence. That means everything everybody ever said about them, they start reliving it over and over. And even though you may feel as though they're okay, a lot of times they're not okay. So the thing about it is that before you promote that hate to people that you may not understand, try to open your heart and act as if this is your child. Act as if someone that's life depends on it, because sometimes the things you say to someone could actually be killing them more than you know. And I'm not saying as far as, you know, the hate mongers and stuff, because you're going to do what you want to do at the end of the day, but I'm talking to the people who walk with compassion, that actually care about another living soul. You know, the sad part about it is that Blake was out there in the forefront fighting. But we couldn't still help him because the hate got to him more than the love. You know, so that's what we try to tell you when I do these videos and stuff, that I love you. Because I'm going to tell you something. I tell you I love you, but a lot of you never hear it from anyone else. But when you click on my videos, you haven't heard it all day. No one has even thought about it. Anyway, that being said, I just wanted to share this with you as far as North Carolina being sued. So you stay strong, Miss Hunter, and you sue them. Anyway, that being said, I would love to hear you about this, and I want to let you know I love you, and I want to thank you for watching Catch the Rain.